Yo, what up, Street Dogs? Eric Kim, or The Thought. This one is on scalable photography. So, what is scalable photography and why is it important, etc. So, for me, the general gist of scalable photography is this: you yourself as an individual, you're a limited person, but the photos that you shoot and you make and you share are more or less infinitely scalable. So, for example, if you have your own self-hosted blog that is wordpress.org via sign up on bluehost.com or one-on-one.com, which is what I use, then what that means is you are able to share and multiply yourself beyond yourself. So one of the main advantages of digital photography, PDF ebooks, and anything digital open source is that you're able to propagate and share yourself more than you could have just in the world of atoms. So this is kind of where we get like Silicon Valley vibes, where everyone wants to create a multi-billion or trillion-dollar business that's infinitely scalable, which means that the success of your business isn't limited. Like, for example, Peter Thiel says in 0 to 1, like yoga instructors and yoga studios, where there's only so many places you can expand to and so many instructors you get before you kind of get tapped out. But you as a sole entrepreneur / photographer, by sharing your photos, by making them open source, sharing JPEGs, PDFs, and stuff like that, you could become infinitely scalable, that you could share beyond yourself. And I think, ironically, a lot of people tend to think that's like a main disadvantage, is that like, with digital photography, people could just keep duplicating your pictures ad infinitum. But actually, in fact, that's probably the biggest benefit to digital photography. And rather than oppose it, I think we should actually embrace it. We think that that's the biggest benefit of digital photography, is that it's infinitely scalable. And also the great thing with digital photography is that in theory, you could just keep shooting digital photos for free. It never costs you anything. Storage is effectively free right now, and distribution of photos is free too. And the benefit of keeping your photos open source, don't put on some like stupid anti-copyright DRM, signatures or stamps on your pictures, that Google Images could index your photos and so forth. And this is at least what I've discovered in my photography after winning all the prizes and accolades of success, is that ultimately the greatest joy we get as photographers and creators is to create images that inspire us, and the joy of sharing it with other people. And so the easier you could make it to share your photos, the better. Like some ideas that you can make your pictures, just open PDFs. You could share a Dropbox link to a zip image folder of all your JPEG images. And I think maybe, the future of just like, making money in photography, it's really going to be less about, selling the pictures. It's more about selling physical products. It's about selling experiences. Workshops are obviously very profitable, or even doing like online workshops like via Zoom is also another good option. So in today's brave new world of photography, use scalability as your friend, not your foe.